Do you want to know about the best tips to find the right home for you? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about today. I am coming to you from my car today because I have 3 kids. That's why. Serious though. Today I'm going to be going over some tips to help you figure out the most efficient and effective way to find the right home for you, whether that be virtually or physically here while you're in the Savannah area. But I want to give you the best tools to help you find the right property. As you all know right now, it is definitely still a seller's market and demand is high, inventory is low, there is a lot of competition. So the more that you can do to use resources to find the right property, the more successful that you will be. Tip number 1 is going to be looking at Google Earth. So especially if you are not physically here in the Savannah area and you don't know anything about the areas besides what we tell you, something that you can do to go the extra mile to learn more about that property is put the address in Google Earth. Of course, if it's new construction, it may be a little weird, may not be able to find it, but with other properties, you should be able to see exactly what is around the property to help you make the best decision. For example, if that property has a trailer park right in front of it, or it has a lumber yard right in front of it, or it's not in a great location in regards to you want beautiful trees around it, or you want something specific around the property, you can use Google Earth to help you see what's around the property and see if it's even worth viewing and taking your time to view, because you could be looking at other properties that would be a better fit for you. Tip number 2 is looking at the crime map. Of course, due to fair housing laws, we are not allowed to say this is a bad area, this is a good area, because we as agents can get in huge trouble for doing that. So using a resource like Spot Crime, where you can plug in the address and see what type of crime is reported around that area, can help you understand. Also, plugging in that address or looking at resources online about the crime and demographics, anything that you specifically want to know about that area, you definitely can get that information to figure out if that's an area that you want to keep looking at. Tip number 3, this is in regards to school systems. So again, due to fair housing laws, we are not allowed to say this is a high rated school or this isn't, or this is a good school, this is not a good school, or using our personal experience. The reason why is because, say for example, your child goes to a school because we told you that we've had other people have positive experiences and then you don't. We could potentially get in trouble for that. So we are not allowed to say whether the school is good or not. So looking at the school systems, specifically here, we have the Effingham school system, which is RINCON, GUYTON, Springfield. And then we have Chatham County, which is Bloomingdale, Pooler, all of the island areas, Savannah. So you can look at all the Chatham County schools. And then we also have Bryan County, which is Richmond Hill. And then also Liberty County, which is Midway and HINESVILLE. So those are kind of just a breakdown real quick, so you can look at the map, see where the school systems are, and then also gather your own research based on the counties that I just told you about. Tip number 4 is in regards to the property itself. So when one of our team members sets up a search for you in the MLS, which of course is the most accurate system in regards to properties coming on and off the market, in that search, the more specific that you get in regards to what you're looking for, the less options that you're going to have. So for example, if you say, I want a 3+ bedroom, 2+ bathroom, which means that it'll pull anything that's 3 and above or 2 and above for the bathroom. And I want a single story home that is $250,000 and it has to be 2,500 square feet. So that 2,500 square feet may be the limiting factor of why no properties, or maybe one, might pull up, because we're being very specific about the square footage. So sometimes keeping it a little bit more open can provide more options. Also, another thing that I usually see is acreage. So if someone is looking for a bigger size lot and they don't want something that's super tiny, and say that their minimum is half an acre, but there's no options pulling up within their budget, and it all comes down to your budget as well, but say there's no options, sometimes keeping that open will allow you to see other options that you may not have thought about. Maybe it's like 0.4 acres or 0.35 acres. It's a bigger lot, but it's not half an acre, but it still provides you with a larger size lot. You really pinpoint your necessities of what you have to have for a property, what you need versus what you want. Of course, we want to get you the right property, but just keep in mind that the perfect property does not exist. That is not something that happens. And there are going to be things that you're going to have to think about, whether it's the right location, the right floor plan, the right layout, is there cosmetic things that you can fix? There's only 1-car garage. You absolutely need a 2-car garage. There's a lot of things that we want to make sure that we have discussions about to make sure that, 1, you're getting the right types of properties sent to you, and 2, that when the right one does pop up, that we can move quickly and make sure that we take advantage of trying to get that property for you. The last tip I have for you is really in regards to this crazy market right now. So if you do not have a lot of extra cash saved up, or you have to ask for closing costs, the strategy that I really like to tell my buyers about is making sure that you don't focus on all the new properties that are popping up, because a lot of times those new properties that pop up are multiple offer situations. The more that we keep focusing on those brand new properties that you may not be able to compete with, the more time that we're basically going to waste. So sometimes I tell my clients, if we can't compete with going above this price, maybe we need to look at a lower price range so that we can go above when we do an offer the next time. So for example, say your budget is $300,000. That's the absolute max that you have. And we keep looking at properties that are like $295, $298, $300. And we know every single time that those move-in turnkey ready properties are going to have multiple offers, and we cannot go above the list price. It is not going to be helpful to keep focusing on those properties. So we may want to go, look at $250 or $275. That way we have a little bit of negotiation room if we do offer above list price. And, we may have a little bit more options and trying to figure out the best property for you. So that's another strategy to think about, is that don't always go the max of your budget, because honestly right now it's so competitive, and almost every single client I have has dealt with or is dealing with multiple offer situations. So we're really trying to be strategic and get the right property for them. And it, sometimes can be discouraging, but if you use the right strategies and you come up with a game plan with your agent, you will definitely have more chances of being successful with finding a property and going under contract. So those are my 5 tips to help you understand ways that can be helpful for you to find the best property for you and limit the amount of wasted time on properties that don't fit or don't make sense for you or your family. If you are coming to the Savannah area, definitely take advantage of our Savannah relocation guide that we created for you to be able to help you get to know the area more and see if this is going to be the right fit for you.